Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How
How
are
are
you, sir?
you?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks for
good. I'm
asking.
pretty well. I'm pretty well.
Okay, sir.
All fine?
Yes,
How
sir.
you
All
been?
fine. All set.
So, how was the weekend? Saturday, Sunday. What did you do? Anything special?
Yes, sir. Here temple function is going on.
Hmm.
So, so we were spending
What
time.
what what function? What is it?
Mariamman temple, sir.
Mariam, so is it a festival time?
Yes, sir. Festival time.
Hmm. Okay. So, had your breakfast?
Yes, sir. I had my breakfast.
What did you cook today?
Dosa along with chutney.
Wow. So you make a dosha. How many days you cook, you make dosha? Or what are the other breakfast options?
Sir, today we are going to do batter. Prepare. We are
Hmm.
going to prepare batter, and
Hmm.
tomorrow morning we'll make idli from that batter.
Batter.
Yes, sir.
Betty butter. Bought some butter. You know that? You know
Yes,
that
sir.
story? Betty butter story?
That is tongue twister, right, sir?
Yeah, you can say that as a story as well.
Story. Okay.
What is that story?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? You never heard? What is a tongue twister?
Sir, yes, some lady, her name is Betty. She bought butter and for her batter, but the batter was bitter. So she
Mhm.
actually wanted to change it, and she bought some other butter for her batter. Then her batter becomes better.
There is one girl called Betty Botter in United States of America. She is very good at baking, cookies, cakes, pastries. She makes everything, right? She's a good baker. So one day, her best friend, her bestie, was celebrating her birthday. So Betty Botter thought, okay, I will bake a cake for her. Okay, so she planned everything, she got all the ingredients, and then she started making the batter. To make the cake you need a batter. What is batter? Dosa mawa,
Yes.
idli mawa. This is called batter. Okay. Wow. But all of a sudden she realized there is no butter. There is no butter. So she ran to the nearest shop and got a pack of butter. Betty Botter bought some butter. She came back, and before adding that to the batter, she thought, okay, I should try this butter. But she said, oh, this butter is bitter.
Bitter.
This butter is bitter. And she thought, if I add this butter to my batter, what will happen to my batter? My batter will be bitter. Now, if I add this, then the whole cake will be spoiled, right? Then what she thought, okay, if I get a bit of better butter and add it to my batter will be better. If I buy a bit of better butter and add it to my batter will be better.
Bitter.
So she went to the shop and bought a bit of better butter. She bought a bit of better butter and
Bought
put it
a
in her batter, and the batter was better. What
fantastic.
an idea. So it was so good that Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter was better.
Better.
After that, she baked the cake and gifted it to her best friend. Celebration time. Betty Botter bought some butter and she said the butter is bitter. If I add this bitter butter in my batter will be bitter. So she thought, if I buy a bit of better butter and put it in my batter will be bit better. So she went to the shop and bought a bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter was.
Bitter.
So it's good that Betty Water bought a bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter became better, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
this is the story, and you can say this as a story, or you can say this as a tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Which one do you want to try?
Tongue twister.
No story.
It's a story
Okay, tell me
also.
the story. Then tongue twister. Okay, tell me the story.
Okay.
What happened? Hmm.
A lady called Betty Butter.
Betty Botter.
Betty Butter.
Betty Botter.
Yes, yes.
Bott is a very common title in
Butter.
America. Betty Botter. Betty
Betty
Botter
Butter.
bought some butter. Then
Betty
what happened? Mm,
Betty Butter bought some butter
Butter.
for
Mm,
is butter for making batter.
Why she wanted to make that batter?
She
What
wanted to
batter? Mm,
she wants to make cookies
mm, mm, mm,
for her
mm,
friend's birthday
mm.
party.
Birthday party. Wow.
His birthday
Then.
party.
Mm,
And while she was making, she tasted it, and she realized it is a bit. She doesn't have butter for making batter,
mhm.
so she went to the shop and get some butter for her
Bought some
batter.
bought some
Bought
butter.
some
Mm,
butter. Bought
mm.
some butter for her batter.
Uh,
When she's making the batter, she
She tasted.
tasted she tasted it. It is a bit of bitter.
Mhm. It is bitter.
It is
The
bitter.
butter was bitter.
The butter was bitter. So she realized, okay, then it is going to be bitter. If I continue this process, then this is going to be bitter. So again, she rushed to the shop and get
No,
some.
she thought if I buy a bit of better butter and put it in my batter will be better.
Oh, she thought if
She
I
thought.
buy, if she thought if I buy a bit of better butter, then my
"Hmm,
batter will be better.
wonderful. Then she went to the shop and
Then she
bought a
went to the
bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter is better.
better. Then she went to
So,
the shop and
mm,
bought a bit of better butter and add that bit of better butter into her batter. Then her batter becomes better.
better. So it's good. It's good that Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter is better.
Better.
So this is the story. Now, tongue twister form. In the
Okay.
second format. Try.
Okay.
Try.
Betty bought a butter for
Bought
his
some butter.
bought some butter for her
Butter.
batter.
Mhm.
Then the batter
She said,
changed.
so this
She
is the
said,
two line. This is the two line.
"Yes,
Betty
yes."
Botter bought some butter. Betty Botter
Betty
bought
Butter
some
bought
butter.
some butter. Betty Butter bought some butter. Betty
Repeat,
Butter
repeat,
bought some.
repeat.
Betty Butter bought some butter. Betty Butter
But
bought
she,
some
but
butter.
she said, but she said the butter
But
is
she
bitter.
said, but she said the butter is a
Butter is,
bitter.
is bitter. Butter is bitter. So
But she
Betty
said,
Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter.
Betty Butter bought some
Mhm.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she says the butter is
She
a
said,
bitter.
she said the butter is
She
bitter.
said,
Mm,
she said the
mm,
butter is bitter.
mm. Butter is bitter. Butter is bitter. Butter's bitter. Betty
But is
Botter bought some
butter.
butter, but she said the butter is bitter.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said butter is bitter. Bitter.
If I put this in my batter will be bitter. If I
If I
put this
put
in
this
my
in my
batter, my
batter, my
batter will be
batter will
bitter.
be bitter. If I put this in
What?
my batter will be bitter. Betty Butter bought some butter for her batter.
No, for her വേണ്ട അത് വേണ്ട Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put this butter in my batter will be bitter.
Betty Butter bought some butter for her batter.
But she said,
But she said the butter is a bitter. If I add this butter to my batter will become bitter.
oh, but if I buy a bit of better butter and put it in my batter will be better.
Oh, if
If
I
I
buy if I buy a good but
a bit of
okay
better
a
butter.
bitter. If I buy a bit of better butter and put it to my batter will become better.
So she bought a bit of better butter and put it in her bed. The first one was she thought, but
Thought.
if I buy, thought, okay, So then she bought a bit of better butter and put it in her batter, and the batter was better.
So she bought a
And the
bit of
la
better butter and put it in
Mhm.
her batter. Now her batter became better.
So it's good. So it's good that Betty bought a bit of better butter and put it in her better batter, and the batter became better. It's good. It's
So it's
good.
good.
Nalada pochi.
Poached
Mm.
is so it's a good. Betty Potter bought some better, so bought
Better
some
butter.
butter, so bought
Better
some
bit
better
of
butter,
bought a bit of better butter. Mm.
bought a bit of better butter and add a bit of better butter to her batter. Now the batter becomes better.
Wow. You see, within like 10-15 minutes, you learn the story and the tongue twister version.
Is
This helps you to articulate, to
is
pronounce the words faster and contracted words. This is a beautiful exercise.
is
And
it?
you are so quick to catch that.
Thank you, sir.
Now it's time
Yesterday I
when
did my homework, sir. Yesterday I did my homework past perfect tense. You asked me to do 100 sentences, right, sir?
really.
Yes, sir. I did 30 sentences. I wrote 30
Where-
sentences.
and
Shall I read it?
you have to say that aloud. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
go ahead,
She
go ahead.
had got up before I woke her up.
She had got up
Got up
before.
before I woke her up.
Okay, very good. It's a perfect sentence.
Okay, sir.
Or it's in a clarification.
Okay,
So
sir.
what is the three forms of get?
Get, got, gotten.
Gotten. So she had gotten up, or she had got up.
Okay. In British English, gotten up, right, sir?
So you can say got up. In British
Okay.
English, it is gotten up,
Gotten up.
but Americans will say only, they won't say
Gotten.
gotten up. So
Is
it is like, even though it's get, got, gotten, so we are using got as the third form
third
of
form.
get. So what you said is 100%
Okay.
acceptable. Don't worry about it.
Thank you,
Mm,
sir.
yeah.
By the
Yeah.
time I prepared breakfast, she had
Mm.
finished dressing up.
She had finished
Finished
dressing
dressing
up.
up. Is
Yes, going to school, getting ready. Yeah.
is I had fed her before she went to play.
Yeah, you had this sentence yesterday when we
Is
were practicing. Yes.
is
Next one.
As soon as I completed my daily chores, my daughter
Hmm.
had arrived from her playing.
Wow. Fifth.
So I framed as a 1 day sequences, 1 day scenarios.
Sequence.
Is
Yeah, yeah. This is the height of creativity. Then you
is
will never forget it.
is fifth one, sir. When I asked her to study, she had already
So
started studying.
you can make it another way also. She
Yes,
had
sir.
started before I had asked her to
To
study. She
study.
had
Okay.
already began her homework or
Work.
studies.
Okay, sir. Okay. By the time she had finished studying, I had
Hmm.
completed preparing lunch.
Perfect.
As soon as she tasted the food, she had complimented the taste.
She had complimented her mama.
Is
Yeah, you compliment a person.
is
Mm.
when we had finished our lunch, her friends
When we
came.
have
When we had
when we had by the
is
time we had finished our lunch, by the time.
by the
Mm,
time her
mm.
friends came and asked permission to play for some time.
Very good.
Until they arrived, she hadn't had any idea to play further.
Oh, hadn't had. She
Is
hadn't had any idea that
to
they
play
are
further.
coming.
Is to
Yeah,
play
yeah, because
further.
for
Further. To play further.
the
Again.
play
Is
further.
is When I had accepted her request, she was filled with joy and ecstasy.
Filled with joy and ecstasy.
Ecstasy is She knew I had given permission to play only useful games.
Yes. No, so don't waste your time. You play something good.
Useful
Like you
games.
can say, you can play Scrabbles. Have you
Is
played Scrabbles? Scrabbles?
is sir.
Okay, we will play one Scrabble after this. Okay, carry on.
Okay, sir. So they had decided the name of the game before I asked them.
They had decided the name of the game
before
before
I
I
asked
asked
them.
them.
Yes, sir. By
Uh-huh.
the time I heard the game name, I had accepted it.
Perfect. So this is now you are a past perfect tense pro. You are a pro in that.
Yes. Yesterday I
And
was
this is,
doing sir, this thing.
yeah, this is how, so after some time, you daily practice this as well. And you like, when you are talking in the normal conversation, try to use this. If
Yes,
you
sir.
do this kind of exercise daily, then automatically this will come.
Come. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So I had told you before you left the house. I
Yes.
had told you before you left the house to come on time. I had told you that I would keep, you can say, I would
I
keep
would.
the key under the carpet. I had told you several
I
times.
told
You
you.
forgot. Yeah. So in our daily life also, there are many instances we use, but people, what they do is, like, they are not sure, they are unsure about this past perfect tense.
Yes, sir.
They will say, I told you several times, I
Uh,
will keep it under the carpet. So past perfect tense is not at all coming. I told you, I will. People use I will.
will.
Instead, they say I would,
Would.
because would
Mm.
is the past tense of the will. Even that also not taken care.
Yes,
So
sir.
try to use the correct tense. That will give you an edge,
Yes,
an
sir.
advantage in spoken
Yes.
English.
Okay.
Okay. So you said like some purposeful games.
Yes, sir.
I will give you a word. Try to scrabble and give me as many words from that with sentences.
With sentences.
With sentences.
Okay, sir.
Ictionary.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. What are the words coming to your mind using these letters? Many,
Do.
you can have 8 letters, 9 letters, 6 letters, 5 letters, 4 letters. Don't go for a and do die. No, no. Minimum 3 to 4 letters. I'll give you one word:
Okay.
acidity. Acidity.
Wow.
Acidity. Acidity.
Acidity.
Another word: action.
Nation.
A
Nation.
nation. Ah, give me a sentence. Make sentence.
I
Nation.
love my
Two.
nation. I love my
Yes.
nation.
One more sentence.
My nation is my first priority.
My nation is my first
First
priority.
priority.
We should all participate in all the activities of nation building.
Yes. Yes.
Make some advanced sentences. I love my country.
Okay.
I love my say. Some advanced, like,
Yes, sir.
in other words,
Yes, sir. Action.
action. I think we have discussed
Yes, sir. You
action.
said, sir.
Mhm. Ration.
Random. ಇಲ್ಲ, M ಇಲ್ಲ.
Random. M. There is no
M.
M.
Yes,
What
sir.
about ration?
Yes.
Ration.
Ration.
Yeah. Okay. What comes to your mind when you see the word ration?
Ration. Ration. Ration card.
Ration card. Make sentence. Big
Ration
sentence.
card. I have to renew my ration card. I have to add my daughter, my younger one, to my ration card. For that, we are stepping forward. We are moving with the government officials, and we don't know how to do it. So we are getting help from the officials of the ration office. And they asked us to give Aadhaar card, and birth certificate of my younger one. And they are in with a blink of an eye. They said they will add her
Blink of
name
an eye.
and
You
I
can
is
add it.
added.
Wow. Very good. Okay. Government has issued different colored ration cards to indicate their different income
Oh,
groups. like a BPL card and APL card, above
Yes.
poverty line and below poverty line.
Fine. Okay. So what word, sir?
Okay,
You have used one word, right, sir? What is that, sir?
poverty line. A
No,
ration.
another word. Government has issued to differentiate.
The government, yeah, two different colored ration cards to indicate,
To indicate.
yeah, two
Okay, sir.
different two groups of people or
Okay, sir.
beneficiaries. So bpl cards I think is blue and apl cards are green or whatever, I don't know.
Card. From this word card.
You
C-A-R-D,
can
card.
make card, card,
Yard.
card. Hmm?
Yard.
Yard. Yeah. Make a sentence. Yard.
Yard. Mm.
I have a garden in my backyard.
Backyard. Okay, sir.
There is a kitchen garden in my backyard.
Backyard.
Yard means a
Yes.
property, a ground, some
Proper. Yes.
area. Uh-huh. Front yard, backyard, or
Backyard.
simply in the yard. Hmm.
Yes,
Any
sir.
other words coming? Any other words coming?
Yes.
Hmm.
See.
Candy?
Candy.
You like candies?
No, sir, not that much.
You don't like. What about actor?
Actor is
ACTOR. Hmm.
ACTO.
Make some sentences. Actor.
Okay.
Surya is my favorite actor.
No, sir. Once upon a
No. Who
time.
is your favorite? Once upon a
Sir,
time.
yes.
Hmm.
Now you may laugh, sir. My husband is my favorite hero. my,
Wow, he's your hero.
yes, he's my favorite hero.
even though my husband is the best actor, he is my favorite hero.
Of course,
Yeah.
he has to act sometimes in order to tackle me.
So what a beautiful sentence we made for actor. Rather than talking Surya is my best actor, my favorite
Yes,
actor.
sir.
No, my husband is a better actor when it comes to acting. Better than me. Better than me, you. Who is a better actor? See, we don't differentiate these days like actor, actress.
Yes,
Both
sir.
are
Of
called as actors.
actors.
The best actor award goes
Yes, sir.
to so and so,
Mm.
right? The best actor award goes to actor Mahalakshmi Bharati.
Okay, sir.
All right. Then any other word?
Any other word? Mm, mm,
Rainy.
rainy.
It
Yes,
was
sir.
a rainy day.
Rainy.
Yeah,
Yes.
today, yeah, I think today is going to be a rainy day in
Rainy.
Chennai. Hmm.
Okay.
Tonic, tonic.
Tonic. Okay, sir.
Do you take any
Sure.
tonics for health? Health tonics?
Yes, sometimes, sir. Sometimes.
Today, 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 today. You can use the
Today.
word today.
Oh, today.
So this is going to be the exercise. You can make a minimum
Oh.
100 words
Oh.
and sentences, complicated
Okay.
sentences, and to use past perfect tense.
Yes, yes. So
Use
everything.
these words.
Uh,
One package.
is one
Right.
package.
You can give this exercise to your students, your
Yes,
children when you are taking some classes. This is the best way to build the vocabulary,
vocabulary. Yes, sir. But I
right?
am not. I'm struggling in this, sir.
Right. All right. So take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Bye,
Tata.
sir. Bye.
Bye bye.